Welcome to our presentation on hiring in the new economy. The old methods of hiring no longer work. Times have definitely changed. Do you make the most common mistakes when attracting senior financial officers? If you're a CEO or on a board of directors or a senior HR with responsibility for hiring senior financial executives, and you're frustrated with the lack of quality of the candidates in the marketplace, and you don't know how to attract the very best candidates, then this is the most important and exciting message you could ever hear. Because the truth is, regardless of the sector you're working, the economy, or even the stiffest, toughest, most cutthroat competition, you can vastly enjoy higher profits than you're getting right now when you have a top CFO on your side. And what's more, you can attract the top CFOs and senior financial executives to your firm rather than that of your competition. And if you stay and watch this short presentation to the very end, you'll find out precisely why a small handful of your competitors can attract the very best candidates at will without having to resort to desperate pursuit or overpaying. Now, I know this is a bold claim, but it's one I stand behind 100%. So if you stick with me for the next few minutes, by the end of this presentation, you'll know exactly what's stopping you from getting what you need: improved bottom line, improved team morale, and a business partner that ensures the business's strategy and resources are aligned to achieve accelerated growth and market success. And by the way, there's nothing for sale at the end of this presentation, and there isn't even a sales pitch. But stay until the end, and I'll give you a free report that will help you solve your problems and save you time when it comes to attracting the top performing candidates effectively and quickly. You might think you've seen or heard it all before when it comes to hiring, but what you're about to discover may sound counterintuitive. It may even contradict what you believe about attracting and retaining the leading candidates in today's economy. And there's one tip in particular that will shock you and transform your business. Now, this is where I'm supposed to spend the next 20 minutes giving you a list of our credentials and talking about how good we are. But I can tell you more about ourselves should we meet up. I really wanted to make this presentation about you and your challenges. So quickly, who are we and why should you care about anything we have to say? My name is Paul Verriez, and with me is Brent Verriez from the Verriez Group Executive Search. We are known as the leading search firm for CFOs and other senior financial officers. Now in this picture, I'm the one to the right, I'm the short guy. Brent is in the center, and Tara Forster-Soa, our Director of Research, who's been with the company now for over 17 years, is on the left. As you probably gathered from my accent, I'm from London in the UK, but I've been in London, Ontario now for over 30 years.
And if you could tell from my accent, I was born in Canada, and Paul's my father and business partner.
With over 30 years experience in executive search, working with many of your direct competitors, and having placed some of North America's leading financial executives in some of the best companies in the world, I think I have a pretty good idea of what is happening out there. I'm also the author of 10 critical questions you must ask before you engage a search firm. And at the end of this presentation, we can certainly provide you with a free copy. The most important thing you need to know about us is we specialize in helping ambitious CEOs and hiring managers like you attract and retain top-performing senior finance candidates that will contribute so much to your business. From this point forward, we'll refer to all forms of senior financial executives as CFOs, just for simplicity's sake. But the message still holds true for all. Because if you're like most CEOs, CFOs, and other hiring managers I speak to, you may already have a relatively successful team and have a good reputation with your peers and colleagues. But, and it is a big but, it is a brutal market that you operate in.
Consider this. There is a shortage of quality CFOs, and this will affect your business, your team morale, and your precious time. not to mention some of the compliance issues that you are no doubt well aware of. The old methods of finding talent are definitely no longer working. There's an abundance of opportunity for top talent. It is a candidate-driven market. The workforce is changing. Baby boomers are retiring, and millennials are now entering senior roles. And for many of your peers, they have found themselves working longer and longer hours just to stand still, all because of the talent shortage. The CFOs that are actively looking are in many cases not that good, so hiring them would be wasting your valuable time. It could cause you problems in the long run. This, in turn, increases the pressure from your peers and colleagues, because you know the quality of your team is a reflection of you and your team's performance. And in the long hours you work to make up for your team's shortcomings, you spend less quality time with your family, and this can have a negative impact on your significant relationships. So if you are experiencing any of these problems, understand one thing: it's not your fault, but we can help.
Here's why it's so important to hire the right person in a top finance role. Number one, support. The CFO role is to act as a partner to the CEO, providing ongoing support and guidance to ensure the company's plans are viable and in line with financial objectives. Number two, strategy. With expertise in broader thinking, they analyze the data collated by other accounting staff to identify opportunities and create robust plans for improving core functions such as pricing, distribution, and marketing and remuneration policies. Three, minimize risk. The CFO is also tasked with identifying risks and assessing any potential impact to business or trading changes and fluctuations.
4, investment. Whether investing in other areas of your organization to encourage business growth or seeking investment from external sources, your CFO will help you to maximize opportunities and ensure that you make informed decisions without taking unnecessary risks. They'll help you to get the best value from any deal you make, in turn giving you a return on the investment you make into both their fees or salary. Metrics and reporting. Senior management need a clear view of what's happening across all business functions to ensure stability and longevity. Your CFO will drive the identification of all the appropriate metrics and accurate reports needed at the outset before any business decisions are made, giving management both the broad overview and in-depth details needed to increase profitability and potential. A skilled candidate will also be able to analyze and interpret the data to help simplify decision-making for the management. Financial leadership. 6. Every department needs help to improve systems, procedures, and policies. Your CFO provides guidance across all functions and departmental decisions, giving you the confidence that any changes or adjustments are based on concrete facts and not falsehoods. They'll also provide leadership to other members of your financial team, helping develop their skills and ensure that information is being processed most effectively and efficiently possible. But ultimately, a CFO has skills across financial, commercial, strategic, analysis and planning matters, helping to bring all of these elements together so that you can make informed and intelligent business decisions.
All of these are critical for business success. Getting any of this wrong will ultimately mean failure for the business and you and your career. Sadly, many firms are still using the old ways for supplying such a critical role. But times have changed.
And it still might work, but the results will likely be slower, and the search in most cases will not bring all the very best CFOs to the table. Additionally, the company's policies might be outdated and lower the chance of landing a candidate. There are many elements to the hiring process that, if left to the same old methods, will likely result in either a long vacancy, a mediocre hire, or even a bad hire. Just for a moment, consider the implication for you in the business if you make a terrible decision when hiring. Consider the long-term impact that would have on the company and the impact on you. Businesses that do not adapt to the times end up failing. Think Blockbuster, and most recently Sears. It is imperative that as a hiring manager, you stop using the old methods.
And old methods include posting on a job board or LinkedIn. This seems like a good starting point, right? Well, the reality is that only those looking for a new opportunity will likely respond to those ads. And in many cases, those who apply probably won't be qualified. We often hear companies say they will post for 6 weeks and see who applies. Just think about it. The best candidates will never apply as they're not looking in the first place. So you end up with a ton of unsuitable candidates. And sometimes the volume of unqualified applicants is just too much to sift through alone. So your teams are also wasting time vetting unqualified candidates. The other thing to consider is how you approach the market after advertising your vacant role for a month or so. The top candidates in the market who might be a good fit will be asking, why is this excellent company having such a hard time filling what looks like to be a significant role? And then questions start to get asked.
Another old method, the network. Another common practice is reaching out to contacts to see if they know someone who might be interested. Sure, you can definitely luck out and find someone that might be a good fit. But again, most people that refer candidates are referring people who are actively looking. We know from experience that the network does not often know the very best CFOs as they are such a small number. And the other tough part about relying on referrals is that there is no timeline. You are just hoping somebody knows someone, but you don't know if that referral will materialize in a week, a month, or 3 months. No one is accountable, so there is no timetable for success. Another common method for sourcing talent is using a contingency or a generalist search firm that the company has used for functional hires or low-level positions. Your team could be wasting time and effort trying to explain the requirements of the role to the inexperienced search firm. And they may still be unable to communicate effectively to the potential candidate, so you lose out. The search firm invariably ends up providing inadequate candidates for your team to review, wasting both your team's time and money. A search firm that does not specialize in a functional niche will not know the key players and who to talk to. So having that experience is an intangible asset and is not easy to come by. Remember, the search team is an extension of your company as they're acting on your behalf. Your company image and brand will be damaged if an inexperienced search firm is misrepresenting the role you are hiring for.
Can you see the advantage to you with working with an expert? Imagine that you fall ill and have a heart problem. Who would serve you best, your general practitioner or an expert who specializes in such cases? Times have changed. It is imperative that you keep up with the times, especially in the search for CFOs. And the fact is, there is an inadequate talent supply of top CFOs. Now, you may also be thinking, hey, we like to promote from within. Promotion from within will soon have to be a route for many larger companies looking to fill the talent pipeline with strong finance talent. It's a tough thing to do, as traditionally CPAs have had to work in public accounting to acquire the designation, and therefore most companies will be able to hire senior or manager level accountants from those firms. However, the designation process has changed. The public accounting firms are now altering their hiring practices as they look to streamline their practices as well. So fewer CPAs are going through the process.
And under the new regime in Canada, you can get your designation in industry a lot easier than before. Some of our clients are making it a priority to hire new grads to get them into the company and train them to become CPAs, while also grooming them at the same time for management opportunities internally. While this will fill the pipeline to a certain extent, it still doesn't solve the issues when specific skill sets are needed from outside, like a director of tax, for example.
The bottom line is that there's an adequate talent supply, and the vast majority of CEOs, CFOs, and hiring managers are falling well short when it comes to attracting top senior financial talent. And that is a tragedy. Why is it a tragedy? Not being able to attract senior financial talent might mean your company makes poor decisions based on inadequate data, or it might even mean you, as a CEO or another executive, are stretched too thin, working lots of hours, missing your family, facing more stress than you'd like. The list goes on.
Having a strong CFO can do wonders for your business and your life outside of work, knowing that the company is in good hands financially. But when hiring the wrong CFO, it can be potentially catastrophic. Likewise, keeping an underperforming person on board longer than you should, either because you don't have a replacement or you fear change, can also be potentially catastrophic.
To attract the top CFOs, it must be predictable so it happens like clockwork, just without relying on luck or hope. If that's something that interests you, here's what your competition does instead. Instead of using the old methods mentioned above, you can attract the best candidates by easily using a simple framework to your hiring process.
But so that you don't have to take our word for it, here's what a few of the CEOs and private equity partners we have helped have to say. Steve Smith, President and CEO, September 2018. I've been President and CEO at Farm Mutual Re for 15 years. We engaged the Verriez Group to conduct a CFO search on our behalf to identify and assist us in the placement of a qualified CFO where, in addition to technical capabilities, fit is an absolutely critical factor. Paul and Brent identified 4 very suitable candidates, and we were able to select and hire the ideal candidate for our operation. We were completely satisfied with the entire process, and the end result was that we were able to find the exact person we were looking for. Peter Sampson, Managing Director at Ironbridge and Chair of the Board at AV Gauge and Fixture, April 2018. We have typically used a big firm out of Toronto for searches similar to this one, but they were referred to us through our professional network. We had reservations about how well Verriez knew the market and the automotive sector, and whether or not they had a strong enough understanding of private equity in order to effectively pitch the opportunity to potential candidates. The main benefit of using Verriez was their strong knowledge of both the market and sector, as well as their far and wide reach to potential candidates. Verriez were very easy to work with compared to a big firm out of Toronto, and their process worked well for our search. They were also able to provide valuable feedback on compensation and benefits, as this was a market that was new to our portfolio. The quality of candidates presented was very high, and the search was completed in a relatively swift manner, which meant we did not have to use our firm's in-house resources with an AV Gauge. The selected candidate has been a fantastic addition to the AV Gauge team. I would definitely recommend Verriez to other companies looking for senior finance talent.
So because you watched this presentation, I would assume that you're not satisfied with something in your business right now. But if you're 100% committed to hiring the top senior financial talent, we'd like to give you the blueprint you need to get there. So if you're interested, we're giving away a free personalized plan you need to attract and gain the top market's CFOs quickly so you can generate more profits and be fully compliant in today's market. So if you're interested in that, go to this link below or click the button beneath this video. My team and I have set aside some time to speak with you personally about exactly how and what you can do to improve the results you're getting in the business right now. And we do it for free. The way it works is we get on the phone one-on-one for about 25 minutes. On that call, we lay out a plan to help quickly attract more high-quality top CFOs for you. You will also discover the following.
The essential questions you must ask the top senior finance candidates, the one question you should never ask in an interview, and what the top senior finance candidates are looking for, and it's not what you think. As we've said, this blueprint is 100% free, and there's no obligation from you whatsoever. Because of the intense one-on-one time it's going to take from us, we can't offer this to everybody. So spaces are extremely limited, and once they're gone, they're gone.
And to be clear, this is only for you if you meet the following criteria: that you're the main decision maker. If you have any other people in the company who you'll need to speak to before you implement this plan, they need to be on this call too. You would like to get access to the blueprint used by the most successful companies in the world to attract your top CFOs. You must be willing to change what you're currently doing for the better. The truth is, if what you're doing now isn't getting the results you want, it never will. To get better results, you need to start doing things differently. If you're not willing to do that, then please don't waste your time or ours, because this isn't for you. If you do meet those criteria and you want to claim your free personalized blueprint that reveals the exact game plan you need to attract the leading CFOs so your business can achieve its goals, then click here. Or click the button beneath this video and claim a time slot that suits you. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to our online calendar to arrange a 25-minute telephone meeting. So if you're wondering why we do this offer for free, the answer is simple. It's where our expertise lies. So it's easier for us to get results in a business like yours fast. Plus, it makes us very happy to see someone achieve financial success and all that comes with it, as a result of the help we can give them. On top of that, we know that every time we craft these blueprints for any senior hiring manager, there's a percentage of them who will be impressed by what they see, and they want our help implementing the plan into their business. If you want to take the plan and run with it solo, that's 100% fine too.
The only question you need to ask yourself is, do I want to avoid missing out on the CFO that will add value to the bottom line?
If the answer is yes, then click beneath this video and claim a time slot that suits you while they're still available. So in concluding here, I want to thank you, Brent, for partnering me in this presentation, and thank you all for your time. We look forward to speaking with you shortly about solutions to help hiring top senior financial executives. Thank you very much.